Hello, Senor Mick. Hello and welcome to Season 2 of Not 40 Just Blank, a podcast where we continue to take you back in time through the years and discuss all the weird and wonderful events within it, which make it so memorable for us. Each episode will find us chatting through the events, TV, news, sports, film and music of a single year, as well as the odd, funny and personal stuff that we can remember. So come and join us on our latest journey as we plough through the noughties, right here on Not 40 Just Blank. Go, shorty. It's your birthday. We're going to party like it's your birthday. We're going to sip Bacardi like it's your birthday. And you know, we don't give a fuck. It's not your birthday. Darn right we don't, blankers. Any excuse to crack out the hard stuff and bogle till our hips crumble. Well, here's a reason for you. It's time to take a deep dive into 2003 in another episode of Not 40 Just Blank. And the cavalry's arrived. Spitting bars, it's Philly sense. And providing the harmonies, it's Deldo. Good evening, gentlemen. How are we?
Dildo, yeah.
Dildo. Are we good, fellas? Are we good?
Are. Just referencing to your birthday thing, though. I mean, they were having a conversation on the way up here. And evidently he had a memory on Facebook that this time last year we was in the studio doing our first one. So in theory, this is our
anniversary
first birthday.
Oh my God! Well, happy birthday!
That is appropriate that you've done that.
To us. Happy birthday to us.
Happy birthday, dear Blankers. Happy birthday to us.
Yeah, 1 year.
1 year old. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done, everyone, for sticking it out and sticking with us. God bless you all. Well, shall
not
we?
Sticking it in us.
Let's not stick it in us. Let's stick it on them. Let's get on with this.
Let's see what you like first.
Let's get on with this. Let's do 2003 and see how we fare. So, how was it back then? Let's find out what was going on with our regular memory man, Richie D. Over to you, sir.
So 2003 was a fabulous time. It was a time of ecstasy in the air. It was like sunny days and hot spots.
We've got Russell
and
Kane
fun times.
There is a certain...
got Russell Grant. Basically, I was chilling. I don't know about you boys. Chilling with your homies. Chilling with your crew. With your jean jacket crew.
Well, as we know...
No, you still with a jean jacket crew?
Still with a jean jacket crew. Rocking it up.
Crew, did we?
Rocking it up. And there was...
You're still taking your tops off when you go around someone's house?
Yeah, I was still doing this. But the place of interest was changing. So we was moving around.
We're talking a good 3 years on from when you mentioned this, though.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
They went out without a shirt on for at least 3 years.
The first episod, 2000, you were talking about the jean jacket. 2003.
Yeah.
So you've had 3 years of going around someone's house.
He was a
Taking
your tops off.
Okay, I was in rehab.
Phil, he was a slow learner, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Not everyone learns instantly. Dale took a little bit of time.
I was kind of going back and forth to the brush and then jean jackets.
To be fair, he was like secret agent when he was
I was kind of like
split between two parties.
Getting a bit, but there was like I say, there's houses we'd go to. One was like obviously the shirts off, the perfume, the complimenting of the shoes and all stuff. But
someone else's wasn't.
Someone else's. No, this was a bit more sort of like, this is different, very much different. This was a certain Dirty Diana's house, and it was basically...
What does that mean? Well, I hate all this fucking code. I can't figure it out.
Basically, it was someone's young, hottish mum. So it was like, to the point of, she was a young mum, and she was like, yes, she's basically getting... complimented to the point of everyone was winding her up and they nicknamed her Dirty Diana, and there was rumours about people like getting hold of her and stuff like that, but it was a good place.
So this is one of your friends'
mums. Yeah.
So a bit like, was it American Pie? Was it with the was it the mum?
Yeah, there was all that. There was rumours of a few like a few people did a few. There was always that, but I don't know if it was bravado and all stuff. But however, on
story doesn't include you.
I was going to say,
No, this is
literally blasted on very quickly to get away from that. Yeah.
I think this was actually New Year's. I can't remember clearly, but it was one night after clubbing. I think it was New Year's anyway. We come back and it was a crazy night. Yeah, we come back to this Dirty Diana's house and basically
New Year.
started off with her son was basically in the next door shagging the girl that he brought back. The mums obviously greeted us. The brother of the guy that we knew was like peeling off his tits, and he asked, and
he said peeling off his
no, not peeling. He's not an orange. It's like
ripping his own chest muscles off.
So he's basically peeling. He's drugged up basically, and he's asked to borrow Gav's car. I always remember that. He could hardly his chin was like down. His chin was almost eating his whole head, and his eyes were like in the top of his brain and all that. And he asked to borrow Gav's car. Like he never met Gav before. They said, "Look, mate, can I borrow your car?" So obviously, yeah, okay, mate. I never met you before. Why don't you borrow my car?
Oh, Gav let him have it.
No, of course he didn't. But it was just like this is I'm sort of painting the picture of what a crazy night was. But so there's one night. There's crazy people in the lounge. There's sort of like the son is shagging this girl next door. You could hear them clearly.
Yeah.
And then the mum, Dirty Diana, is just walking in in a nightie. Like swigging Bacardi from a bottle,
like
singing
it's a birthday.
Well, yeah, pretty much. She's singing Destiny's Child. Pretty much all the women independent. Do you know what? So, and so much so that
good song.
Yeah, it's a great song, but
should not be sung by a mum's friend.
It shouldn't be sung. And also, at the same point when we're talking to her, we got the old Sharon Stone. So we got the old legs.
She stabbed someone to death with an ice pick.
Yes, you might.
Jesus, tell.
You know, and
to tell us.
And to be fair, I'd like to.
Was it like Kenny Everett one though? Was it like?
Well, she had a beard and
massive 2 sets.
1970s.
Yeah, and it was kind of like I say, it was an uncomfortable time. It was an uncomfortable night. I'm looking for a good way to finish it. I'd like to say that the A-team
didn't hang around.
Well, yeah. So I'm going to.
Took him 3 years to work it out. He's like, I'm going back round to Dirty Diana's house again.
Dirty Diana's. Well, nothing ever come of it. It was just weird, uncomfortable with like the whole mum situation. So it wasn't like it was like kind of. I think that's what made me want to move away, sort of back for the transfer back to you boys over to the Brush and stuff like that. And it was just a weird time.
Yeah,
so
zero mum action.
I like to have a better way to finish this story, like the A-team come in and rescued us, or like I don't know, something like someone broke in.
Dirty Diana's the one that swinged you over to us.
Yeah, kind of. It's just getting a bit weird. It's getting a bit weird when people's mums are like sort of coming onto you and are like uncrossing their sort of legs and their nighties, and it just a bit. I don't know. I don't know how comfortable you'd feel, Phil.
No, I feel very
uncomfortable. No, Jim.
I feel uncomfortable just listening to it.
I'd be like Craig David and walking away immediately on that one.
Yeah, so I'm pretty much walked away from that, like you say, Jim, and then just got into really Bake Off, really, and that was Bake Off was essentially. It's kind of like my version of Bake Off, like a cross between Howard Marks and Paul Hollywood. It was that sort of thing, but just basically making shitloads of hash cakes, and it starts from there. It really starts, Phil. I think when you come back after your wedding, that's all really I can do. Do you remember the first time we did the hash cakes?
I do, yeah. I come back from my honeymoon. Somewhere, I don't know how, but me and you were just playing on PlayStation. Tiger Woods, I remember that, weren't we?
Yeah.
And we decided to do a couple of cakes, didn't we?
Yeah, and just like...
Married life not enough.
We was like...
We were already bored looking
bizarre.
for the next.
We were just playing plays like Tiger Woods. And it was so bizarre. Like I don't know if you remember the game, but it had like a helicopter sound in it. And we were convinced there was a helicopter landing outside. Oh, it's just... we were just
trying to get us.
We were just cracking up and the game would just go on forever. We didn't know how long we was in. Oh, it was just bizarre. It doesn't sound that interesting at the time, but it was. It
started off small. So we started off I started baking off to try it out first of all around Phil's. Kind of, we got the taste for it, didn't we? Listened to helicopters and stuff. Then Jim, do you remember? I baked a batch around at mine one time. I had a free house, and then it was kind of weird. I was kind of like people. I remember hiding cakes cakes around the house for like Gav because he was going to get in trouble with his missus, Mr. H, and so he sort of like would sneak upstairs and do them. And I remember weirdly enough, Nozza's ex-girlfriend eating dog biscuits, and she said it was her party trick. And I don't know that's not really a party trick, is it? Eating dog biscuits.
No,
like,
I mean, I'm all for the munchies, but
I mean, what's
biscuits.
off the top of your head? What's a good party trick?
I'd say anything with pack of cards.
Pack of cards, I know, bit of sword swallowing, juggling,
yeah.
Dog biscuits, no, it's not really.
Doesn't quite hit the.
Just weird,
I'd
isn't
be
it?
red buzzering them if I was on. Yeah.
Well, that sort of led
X
into
Factor.
the next day. I don't remember. That was the day we went. The next day, we were still kind of a bit stoned actually, and we ended up driving up to the West Ham Millwall game, which was weird, wasn't it? Because it was just like again
bizarre,
horrible game. It was almost like a war zone. There's helicopters flying over
again.
again. Split
police in the middle, Millwall one side, us. If anyone broke through, it was chaos, wasn't it?
And we drove up as well, didn't we? And drove up all the way from sort of Essex to London. And then as we got there, we drove to a house that we didn't know the guy who lived there. First of all, was our friend Paul's friend Ben, and we was driving there. We never met Ben before, and so we drove up. So bear in mind, we're in East London, and then we had some guy run towards our car with a samurai sword. Like, just thought it'd be funny just to do like a random joke sort of thing, didn't he? So so it's all good. So again, like sort of this is like along the lines of you got the taste of the cakes, and then it kind of like sort of comes to a head, doesn't it, at your Halloween party, doesn't it, Phil?
Yeah.
So
we touched on last year, the first Halloween party, didn't we? And then we did give a heads up of the one coming up, but I'll come back to that. I think I'm going to start with 2003. I've got a few memories actually. I don't normally have memories.
This is
I've
uncharted
actually got
territory.
a few, yeah.
Phil
So
remembers.
This was the year I got. Oh, I'd have to remember this. I wasn't being big shit. But this was the year I got married.
Wow,
2003.
one of us is growing up.
Yeah,
exactly.
I would have to mention I'd be in big trouble. But firstly was the Stag-do, and we went to Newcastle. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
That was good. We all went to Newcastle Stag-do.
It's like the floodgates were open at that point.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? So I was the guinea
guinea
pig.
Yeah.
And you thought it'd all be funny to strip me naked, which I was kind of expecting.
Yeah, standard,
so I kind
isn't
of
it?
tried to like get as drunk as I could,
Yeah.
and it just wasn't
Knowing it was
working.
going to happen, yeah.
Which you did, strip me naked, and then decided to put a gimp mask on me and walk me around Newcastle High Street, which was funny.
Yeah.
And actually, to be fair, if I'm being honest, I
quite
liked having the mask on. It was.
I felt in control.
It was hiding. It was hiding my blush. Because I was red as anything underneath that mask, and I was just like,
did you feel like
this is hiding?
Did you feel like Jim Carrey when he put the mask on?
Yeah,
All powerful.
But I remember I remember there's a photo I think where you like get two nurses or something.
That's right.
And then like just having a cuddle with me or putting their arms around me, and I'm fucking
butt naked.
starving. I mean, and I will say it was the coldest July.
It was very
on
cold,
record,
wasn't it? Yeah.
It was minus 10.
Minimum.
So I wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't,
Minus 10. Yeah,
I was struggling. It was that, and
we took you into the hotel.
Yeah, and then we went back to the hotel, and I'm thinking
We introduced
because I played ball. You was all like, oh, you know what?
You shouldn't have been playing with your balls on the high street and get arrested for
No,
that.
but you know what? This was always my plan. I thought I'm not going to resist it, because if I resist it, I know you guys will go worse. I thought I've got to accept it.
Yeah.
I'll get drunk as I can, and I'll do whatever you say. And I did that.
Yeah.
And then you guys were like, let's let him off. Let's go back to the hotel. And I was thinking, great, my plan has worked.
It's coming to an
And
end.
I was just about to go into the lifts, and then you lot saw a canteen full of people. It was like a restaurant canteen, whatever. It was just basically this restaurant full of about...
The ground floor.
I would say about... It probably wasn't, but it felt like 100 people were in this.
It was definitely full.
And you lot walked me around, like, I think I had a thong on.
Oh, really? I thought you were still naked.
No, I think I had a thong on at least.
I think didn't we get told as we were walking along in that near the quayside that the police will arrest you if you've
Probably
totally naked? So
I think I had a thong on.
Yeah.
and still had my mask on. I remember definitely at that.
So that was enough.
Definitely at that point, I remember thinking, I'm so glad I got a mask on because I'm going to see everyone tomorrow morning, and they'll all be pointing, going, "That's the twat." So I was definitely at that point. I remember just thinking, I'm glad I've got this mask on at this time. You walk me around and just like everyone was clapping and laughing as you do. Oh, for fun. And then that was it. That was my punishment over, and that was it. So yeah, that was good.
It was a strange because when you don't, being the first one, we didn't really know what we could or couldn't do. So you basically just sort of follow.
But that set the bar. That was brilliant because I thought, great, I'm number one now. I expect everyone after this has got to be raised.
To be worse and worse.
It's got to raise it.
Well, also, the other thing I remember about the gimp mask is going to. There's a sex shop in Westcliff called Harmony, and I remember going there with Steve to buy the gimp mask, and I remember going in there. And we was just giggling like little kids. We was picking up like big rubber like fists and that, and I was flopping all over the place. And I remember the guy.
We sent our two sharpest minds to get all the gear.
But the thing with the guy behind, he got so pissed off.
Yeah,
like he come over to us and he almost like spoke to us. He's like, guys, if you're not going to, he's going, this is my livelihood.
Yeah,
he's going, if you ain't going to be sensible with a rubber fist and a gimp mask, then you can get out.
Take this seriously.
Come on. Take this.
This isn't a joke.
I take fisting seriously.
Yeah.
I take it.
Yeah.
I take it. I take it.
Yeah. And stop. Yeah, it was a hell of a weekend. I remember that.
Yeah, it was funny. So yeah, they had that.
We had to raise the bars.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's loads of different things. There was like, do you remember you were so hammered, Jim, that you got?
It was your birthday. Do you remember
your birthday? Yeah, that's brilliant.
A lot of birthday talk.
But I always remember like.
Yeah, so it was the end of July.
Was at his nightclub and you was at the bar, and everyone was like, "Where's Jim?" And it was like that Del Boy moment in Only Fools and Horses because you'd fallen from the bar.
So 1 second I was there, and then I'd slipped and fell to the floor. And the time you'd look back, I was completely disappeared. Like, where is it? And then this hand reaches up and grabs the bar.
Clawed yourself back up.
Hauled myself up. There he is. All right.
Yeah, I always remember that was funny.
And I remember being at the bar, and then there's some girl come over, some sort of random northern girl, and she was going,
"Is he your mate?"
Yeah, she's going, your friend's a bit upset. And he's going, what? He's going, yeah, your friend over there, is he your mate? He's yeah. He's going, well,
the disgrace.
It's his birthday. He's going, and you're a bit out of order, aren't you? He's going, what? And then we looked at our watch. It's like 1 minute past midnight.
That was it. I was so affronted. I was I've forgotten everything. It's outrageous. Not that it's my event at all. It's Reynolds' Stag-do, and I'm like, a minute past midnight, and they haven't said anything. Outrageous. That's it.
But we felt bad, didn't we, Jim? So much so that the next day... You
bought me a couple of lovely presents.
We went to a lovely market in Newcastle.
Absolutely touched. I woke up very late.
What did we get you? Did we get you an Arsenal shirt?
You got me an Arsenal shirt and a lovely mirror.
And a Hanson mirror.
And a mirror with Hanson stenciled on it. And I kept that mirror for years. Eventually, it made its way back to you guys for a... I think it was like a prize giving at your football,
football presentation.
I think, was it Dillaway took it?
I think it might have been, Zach.
What year was that? We'll have to come back to that. That was a funny one. We got some stories about that one. Yeah. We did that video. We'll have to think when that was, because that was funny. That
was cringy. That was, it was funny but cringy.
Got it all the way back from Newcastle. It was a lovely present.
Well, the other thing,
I've still got the Arsenal shirt.
Well, the other thing, do you remember the wankerish thing that me and Steve got you to do?
Where I was so smashed. You were trying to feed me food from an alleyway, weren't you?
No, we was feeding you cold chips off
cold chips.
Curry and chips, wasn't it? Curry sauce.
Discarded chips.
But you was having a wine.
I was like, well, free chips. Why,
The best, the funniest thing about it was, like, you was more pissed off that we didn't say happy birthday to you 1 minute off than you was about eating cold chips off the floor.
You know when you get to a point where you've consumed so much. I mean, we consumed so much.
Yeah, I know.
You just didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, that was proper.
It was, to the point it was like almost worrying how much booze we consumed.
Yeah, no.
We were indestructible, but man alive.
Oh, and I remember the other thing on the coach up there, we played top trumps with. I remember making up
the contents of my wallet and stuff.
We
played all manner of cards.
We was making out with people that we know, weren't we? And the special players and like people were like height just right and weight just great, wasn't it? And all
Weight
that,
just great cards couldn't be beaten, could it? Couldn't be beaten.
Unfortunately, we can't say the names of the people.
The innocent must be protected.
Exactly. So
if you ever come up against a height just right and a weight just great card, you'll never win.
You'll never win.
It's impossible.
Never get his title back.
Lovely time. Yeah, it was a hell of a introduction to the world of the.
Yeah, they come thick and fast after that, didn't they?
Didn't they? Yeah, everyone got on the back.
And then, obviously, next month I got married. So that was
you?
good. I got married. That was good. That was a good day. I enjoyed that. 19 years ago that was. So I'm doing something right, I think.
You are, man, yeah.
I'm hanging on. I'm hanging on.
Yeah, you're knowing when to not say anything.
It wasn't a cold July night, that wedding night.
August was
what a hot
it actually
August.
was a really hot day. I remember it was a bank holiday. It was bloody boiling that day. Bloody boiling.
Scorchio.
Here was the news and here's the weather with Mr.
But yeah, no, that was good. It was a good day and did enjoy that. So going back to your cake story. So
later in the year,
we went on a honeymoon. We come back.
What, me and you?
Yeah, me and you. We did that. I left
Had a lovely
time. And then Halloween came. So obviously the year before, I mentioned we had a Halloween party, which was good. And
nice.
We did hint on the 1 year after. Now this
got a bit more.
This was a Halloween party that was ridiculous. So we invited everyone around. I think the theme was film or something.
Yeah,
so it was
just
film characters of any kind. We had everyone from the Big Lebowski. Remember, Jen was the Big Lebowski. I think I was Clockwork Orange. Claire was Beetlejuice.
Yeah,
I remember that one.
You was Exorcist.
The girl from The Exorcist. Yeah.
So you was all green, which comes
Helpful.
into it. Nozza was Bob the Builder. I think it was
Jimmy, you were Wonder Woman.
Film and TV.
Yes, I think Gav was Elvis
and
I was Wonder Woman.
This was the year when Dan Ryans were dressed up as the lion from The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
And he was fucking hilarious. Now, this party started.
Yeah.
Probably 7:30, 8 o'clock. New usual time. Turn up at this time. And it was just a normal party. And then somewhere in the night, someone suggested, I don't know who, it might have been you. I don't know who, I'm not saying it was you, but someone
casting a spell.
Why don't we get some cakes? So I think someone on the road and got some literal 99p Tom and Jerry cake mix. What you do, you just like.
I remember getting a briefing from you.
A brief?
Yeah.
Did I really? Brief it?
You probably had a great idea. You were the ideas man back then.
Get cakes, get fucked. Get cakes, get drawn, get fucked.
Anyway, maybe I can't remember. Anyway, we went out the road, got 99, or somebody got 99p. I think it was a Tom and Jerry. I specifically remember being a Tom and Jerry cake mix.
Right, okay. Yeah, of course.
And then we was on the duty of making them, and you had a bit of weed on you, and
it wasn't even. No, it's hash. I remember it, and it was. I had a quarter,
and it started off a little just put a little bit in, and then by the end you just fucking threw the whole lot in, and we mixed it all up. And fucking hell, everyone.
The whole.
I mean, if I just say everyone turned up at 7:30, and I would say by 10 o'clock. The party had finished.
Yeah, it was that bad.
It seems, when I think back, it seems like it lasted all night. It lasted hours. I think the reality was it was about, I would say 3 hours max.
I remember there was definitely a spangled roofer. The roofer wasn't in.
Let's just say Dell was the first one out. I think within half an hour.
There's pictures of Dell just on the sofa. Looking greener than.
But it's hard to, exactly. It's hard to tell.
He was not well.
No, I was out. I was drinking Jack Daniels and obviously the hash cakes, and that just.
I always remember Noz's line saying, "I think Dell's looking a bit green."
Yeah,
which always makes me crack up.
Yeah, no, it was right.
Claire weren't happy with you. Your Claire wasn't happy with you. She was fuming. She wanted, obviously, she had to leave early to escort you home.
We must have been there literally. I don't know, 3/4 of an hour.
I think there's a picture of you stroking my cats. You're like monged out, and the cat's laying on you, and you're just sitting.
I look really sad.
I think we're going to put the photos on. We're going to. I've got some old photos. We're going to put them on social media.
Yeah,
for people to see some of the photos. Are fucking hilarious.
Yeah, the mess.
But it was. I mean, we had Dan walking around like a lion. He was really depressed,
crestfallen. Wasn't he?
Unfortunately, just split up with his girlfriend. He looked so sad, but for some reason, that was making me fucking laugh.
This droopy tail, droopy little face, all his whiskers.
It was
But didn't it turn into like a bit of a murder mystery, didn't it? Like
and then we had like I remember like everyone was just dropping like flies.
Yeah.
And then like who's going to go next? It's like an Agatha Christie movie, and then Cochrane just dropped to the floor as we said it, like clutching his chest. Oh, it was such a funny night. And it like I say, it seems like the stories we had to tell.
You say the word night, but what we mean is a funny 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it didn't last long at all. It was over within so much time.
It was. But I remember waking up the next day still off my face.
Yeah, I remember me and you had a phone call and we just laughed.
We just giggled.
We just laughed at each other, and it was like that Budweiser advert. I don't think we actually spoke and then just hung up.
Yeah,
we literally just laughed just for about 10 minutes of how fucking crazy it was, and just like put the phone down and things like that.
Yeah, it's mental, mate.
Turn to your respective wives. Went best conversation I've ever had.
It was weird. It was.
Yeah, no, it was bizarre, mate. Yeah,
I've never had a. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it falls just behind I think Simpsons '96 party, but yeah,
of course. That was good times, mate. Yeah, but like it was experimental, innit? So.
And you as a married man as well,
exactly,
hosting that kind of debauchery.
And I remember I was really like having a panic attack in the middle of the night, and Claire was trying to.
What Beetlejuice was trying
calm
to
me down, and still had the makeup of Beetlejuice on, and it's freaking me out even more. I was like, "What the fuck?" And she's like leaning on me, going, "You all right? You all right?" I'm like, "Fuck you, what's going?" And it freaked me out even more. She's like dressed as Beetlejuice, so she was like trying to calm me down. Oh, it was horrible, but it was funny.
Yeah, no,
so did it all again the following year then?
I don't know if we did, but
I think that quit it. That was the nail on the head with it.
That was
the
funny.
Cakes.
It was good.
So the moral of the story, obviously, is,
don't do drugs.
Don't mix.
Yeah,
cakes are very dangerous.
Do drugs, but don't mix.
The problem with cakes is
don't use Tom and Jerry cake mix.
The problem with cakes is you don't realise they just taste nice. You eat them, and then it takes about
never a true word spoken.
It takes about half an hour for them to kick in, doesn't it? So you could eat it.
Problem with cakes, they taste nice. You just keep eating them.
But
very
it was
very
It was a good night. It was a good night.
Was a good. I was a nice introduction to married life. Yeah.
100%. Yeah,
it was good. I'm gonna like throw you under the bus here a little bit, Del.
Yeah, go for it.
A little bit.
Team fallout.
And I might be wrong.
Referee this.
But you was with Claire in 2003, weren't you?
Yeah.
Did you mention? Have you mentioned that the year you met Claire?
Yeah, it's 2001.
Yeah.
Did you mention that in that 2001?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, touches on it.
Yeah.
Does he? Okay.
Depends if it makes the edit. We yet to hear.
Yeah, true.
All depends what he says.
2001, I swear.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking he didn't. I was thinking, me and Jim did. Did Del mention it? He's going to throw him under the bus
He's
a bit
introduced it.
Oh, dear,
I think he does.
God, it's outrageous, listeners.
Well,
2000, is that when you met her?
Yeah.
That was earlier than I thought. I thought it was about that year. I thought it was 2003. I was thinking. So I remember she was at the wedding with us.
Yeah.
With you, obviously.
Yeah. No, it's 2001, mate. Yeah.
That'd be weird if she was with you.
Yeah. So that's my memories anyway.
Well done.
I had quite a bit. I think I took over on the memories. That's a
I think
first.
you did, yeah. Yeah, it was well done.
As you say,
Good
if you hadn't remembered that would have been
I would have been
exactly.
pretty,
you would have been
pretty bad.
You would have had your ball bag slapped.
Absolutely. Well, when we don't.
You got any memories, Jimmy, of 2003?
Just those ones. Fortunately, they're all kind of shared, aren't they? To a certain extent.
That's a good thing, isn't it? That is the good thing.
Yeah, 2003. No, it was kind of like business as usual, really. It was settled and house built, job done. Crack on.
Yeah.
Work, eat, sleep, rave, repeat. Avoid the jean jackets. Keep going down the brush.
Exactly. And the mums as well.
And avoid the mums in 90s at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
I did all that very successfully, so yeah. Happy with that. Should we think about some other memories of what was happening in the
hit the news.
Keep ourselves up to date.
Yeah.
Well,
I struggled with a lot of this year, I must admit.
It was because there's no big sporting events. Essentially, there's nothing really to hang it off, is there? So it's kind of a bit. Bleh.
I haven't got much on the news.
Yeah, it doesn't really.
Okay.
It was all about the Iraq invasion, essentially.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Kind of
Obviously got the invasion of Iraq.
Oh, you guys have got proper news, haven't you?
So yeah, we do the proper news, and then you bring it in with the largest sausages or something. So we'll crack through the boring stuff, and we'll get onto the good stuff in a sec. So yeah, invasion of Iraq, statue of Saddam Hussein in the news, toppled over, end of that kind of crazy regime. It was the hottest summer on record. You mentioned it, obviously, in your wedding. It was 38.5 degrees.
Yeah,
some
in
point.
Kent.
In Kent,
Kent was the highest point ever, wasn't it?
Really?
Definitely knocking around. And it was only obviously recently beaten
This year, wasn't it? 40, wasn't it? Or 41 or something?
Absolutely. Global warming.
Yeah, it was. Like I say, I remember the wedding being. I remember our wedding being hot, and it was. Claire always says it was similar to this year where we mentioned the grass was just brown.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think all our wedding photos are the same. You literally all our wedding photos is just like dust and brown behind us. There's no green.
Didn't you have a wedding jacket and then speedos in the body?
Yeah. It's a bit of a great set.
Do you take this guy? What, those? Yes, I do. I do.
I was fucking sweating in that suit. I couldn't carry it on.
Let me get into my wedding speedos, quick smarts, and then the dancing can start. What else can I remember? Concorde made its final flight after 27 years.
Yeah, we got the same stuff. We got the same stuff.
Yeah, we've flown along. What else have you got, Mr. Reynolds? We're on.
I've got Yugoslavia, officially renamed Serbia Montenegro.
Oh,
2003.
Well
the only
done,
other thing I've really got is the London congestion charge scheme begins.
Yes,
Do you know
indeed.
how much the first ever one was?
£2.50.
Close?
Well, in that case, £2.
No.
Go on.
Well, so it was close. It was half. It was £5.
Okay.
£5.
£5
Really?
for the first one. Yeah. It's
really?
£10 now, wasn't it? It was £5. It went up to £8, I think,
They are
and then it went up to
making
£10.
some serious cash out of that, aren't they? Jeez, wheeze. What else can I tell you? Chelsea were bought by Roman Abramovich
Oh, yeah, of course
for
they were.
150 million quid.
Oh.
Wow.
Well, you say that. Ken Bates.
He bought it for a pound,
He
didn't
bought it
he?
for a pound, didn't he? So 20 odd years later, and he
hell,
sold it
that's
for 150 million. Not a bad,
Not bad profit.
not a bad
is it?
return,
Yeah.
is it? What else can I tell you? Eurostar was clocked going 208 mile an hour.
Was the driver banned?
New records. No, he was
Yeah.
given 3 points and a bit of a warning. Told not to be a naughty boy. Other sporting bits and bobs. England won the World Cup, but in rugby, not
Yeah, of course.
cricket. I say but, like it's a bad thing. Still a World Cup win.
I remember
Yeah,
watching.
of
I remember it was like 10 in the morning, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like because it was obviously in Australia.
Yes.
Yeah, and I remember I
beat
smoked
them in the final, didn't we?
I remember I smoked at that point, and I remember Steve come round and fucking hell,
Well, he
must have
told
gone-
you off.
No, but I remember it's like
How
10.
many were you smoking for him to see all those smoke signals?
But that's
from
the thing.
your
It was like
house?
Like
10.
nicotine. Do you remember from the Superman thing?
It was like 10 in the morning. I must have smoked. I'm joking. Through the nerves and watching the game.
Yeah.
About 20 roll-ups, just watching that go like 10 in the morning.
Yeah,
Absolutely, the nerves were so
ruined for the rest of the day. But
Yeah.
held on to win it after extra time.
Yeah, it was great, wasn't it? It was a great moment.
Very,
I remember
very
fireworks going off as well. Again, like
Yeah.
10 in the morning. It was bizarre, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
everything arse about face, wasn't it? It was all
Yeah,
wrong,
it was really
but-
weird, but yeah, it was
yeah.
great. It was
Lovely
brilliant.
little thing to win something.
And the way it
sport.
was done as well, wasn't it? It wasn't just
Yeah.
that; it was a drop kick,
Yes.
in extra time,
yeah.
right foot as well, weaker
Yeah,
foot.
weaker
I know that
foot.
means nothing, but
No, it's
yeah,
fully.
it was the way it was done was brilliant, wasn't it?
Perfect little sort of storybook ending, wasn't it, essentially? And that's really all I've got. Nothing much happened. It's like same old. Man U kept winning the blooming Premier
Yeah.
League. Arsenal won the FA Cup. Man U spent more and more money on players just to reconcile, or to sort of double down on their wins. And that was about your lot. Nothing really happened. It was bizarre until we get to the weirdo news with Richard Mello.
What was the biggest donut of the
No. The Terminator gets into politics. Arnold
So he did.
Schwarzenegger,
Of course he did. Yeah, governor of
California. Yeah, well, I don't think he was the governor straight away, but that's the year he got into politics.
Actually into it, okay.
But can you name me any other famous politicians?
Ronald Reagan was
That's
obviously
one.
president.
There's another. I don't expect you to get. There's 3 more that I've got on the list, but I don't expect you to get 2 of them. But one of them, if you get, is brilliant. And
Charlton Heston? I know he's like gun, but he's that's not
no, it's
really
not Charlton
political.
Heston.
Oh,
do you wanna-
Mr. Motivator was mayor of London for a while, wasn't he? No. he wasn't.
Wait, oh,
Could have
brilliant.
No.
I'll give you a clue.
Okay. Fighting chance.
What you talking about,
Willis. What, Gary Coleman?
Do
Gary
we?
Coleman was in some form of politics. over in the
Yeah,
States,
I don't know
wasn't he?
what, but it said that's what it was here.
Really?
The other 2 were Sonny Bono, if that means anything to you.
All right.
Oh,
yeah.
Cher and Sonny.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, fair enough. Okay, not so crazy. And Fred,
He's not very good at skiing though.
no, maybe not.
Not whilst he was pieced.
Fred. And the other one's Fred Grundy. Does that mean anything to you?
No.
No. Okay.
Reg Grundy.
Exotic animals became one of the fastest growing segments of the pet industry. Tigers, pythons, chimps,
I was going to say, so
and
literally Tiger King is obviously the big...
Yeah,
big
that was all
Netflix
kicking
thing,
off.
so.
Mike Tyson obviously had his tiger chained up.
Yeah, of course.
Everything. Celebrity obsessions was still a thing. Do you remember the Bennifer obsession? Does that mean anything to you?
Yes, Ben Affleck and Jennifer.
Yeah.
And they've just come back round again, haven't they?
Yeah, they've come back round again. So, but on here there is like a list of celebrity weddings. But can you tell me what the shortest celebrity wedding was? And you get extra points if you give me the two people that got married.
Was it Britney Spears and someone?
No.
There's like they married for like 9 hours or something ridiculous.
Not from here anyway. So. Remember, this is 2003. It's
I
not
do
like,
know it, but I can't think of it. I've read it before.
There's those ludicrous sort of things where it's like annulled within a day type thing, isn't it?
Yeah, well...
Christina Aguilera or someone like that?
No, it's Dennis Rodman and Carmen Electra. Got 10 days. 10 days.
Yes.
So mobile dating was born. Do you think blondes have more fun, as in on there? So apparently they don't. It was redheads. It was all about the redheads to begin with. Yeah. Oh. This is bizarre, right? This thing that is on here, right? Right. Apparently there's
a fucking website you're looking at.
This is like
odd shit.
This is like ABC's bizarre news. So Gong Show talent host in the US. Chuck Barnes or Chuck Barris, claimed he was hired assassin for the CIA, but as CIA policy, it never reveals basically who they employ. So people
they shot him.
Isn't this what they did a film, Confessions of a Dangerous Mind?
This is it, yeah. So people found it hard to believe that someone who hosted a TV show with acts such as a £300 stripper who sang "It's Got to Be Me" and a banjo-playing vampire known as Count Bangula. So was then inspired George Clooney.
Sam Rockwell and George Clooney directed it. And Sam Rockwell and Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. Wasn't it?
Confession. Yeah, that's right. That's what he's exactly got here. But that then led to the CIA. I think it's one of the only times they actually came out and said, this guy, fucking never heard of this fucking guy. It's all bullshit.
It's definitely not.
Yeah, so it's weird what it's sort of...
Strange thing to come up.
Yeah, strange thing. Two quick ones for you. Can you tell me what the fastest marathon dressed as a Viking was?
Now, this one you do know, Phil.
Yeah.
It was you.
3 hours, 2 minutes.
Oh, seriously?
You know what, that's not
Is that what you're going for?
Yeah.
I would go with just the full Viking. So like the full... carrying, I don't know, 2 hours, 48 minutes.
Okay. Paul Richards did it in 3 hours and 3 minutes.
Oh, Reynolds for the
Surely
win.
a bonus point for me.
That's not bad going.
And finally, can you tell me what the most Jenga blocks removed by using a whip was?
Indiana Jones.
13.
In a minute.
In a minute?
Yeah.
Oh, that's got to be fairly accurate, isn't it? No, I think I'm going to stick roughly around there. 11?
You going 11?
I'm going 11. That's one every 10. 6.
I'm going 17.
17. No, it's actually 4 by someone called...
4?
Yeah.
That's a bit underwhelming.
Oh, it's quite a...
I know, but...
Got to be accurate.
It's underwhelming.
Yeah.
All right, well,
you could do it with a tea towel, right?
Phil seems like he's hungry to beat that record. So that's me done, people. That's
great
hot
news. I mean, that
news.
is hot off the presses from 2003. Weird news covered. Should we quickly talk about a little bit of television?
Crack on. While we're on the roll.
While we're rolling, let's talk about some TV making it. I seem to have, in my research, have brought a lot of stuff that's ended this year, but not a huge amount starting again.
It's
quite a depressing year, isn't it? It turns out 2003. I could have been quite, apart from your wedding and the Halloween party, I could have slept through it if I'm honest. So BBC Three, the channel begins.
Yeah,
fine. Yeah. But obviously it finishes pretty quickly straight after, and then thereafter it's like, okay, everything's finishing. Play your cards right. Brookside. Yeah. Wish You Were Here. Tomorrow's World. Everything stops. SMTV Live.
Yeah.
Everything just stopped.
15-1.
15-1. I mean, all the great stuff that kept daytime.
I used to love 15.
Brookside finished as well.
I used to love 15-1.
The only good things that I've actually got, QI started this year, and he's obviously still going strong, which is great. Early Doors, which I used to love. It was a sitcom, Craig Cash written. So it's like setting a pub in Runcorn or one of those kind of northern, but it's just literally a little comedic thing.
Yeah.
And it's really, really nicely done. So if you can watch it, it's well worth it. It's only a couple of series. And Peep Show on Channel 4.
Oh, yeah.
Got going.
Peep Show. Love Peep Show.
Which was great. So I was like,
Yeah,
other than that, it's like, How Clean Is Your House? You remember that lunatic?
Yeah, with
Kim and Aggie. And everything they used to clean was like lemon juice and baking powder. That was it.
Yeah,
It's like,
quite weird,
just clean it, essentially, is what they were saying. It's like nothing much going on. But that's all I really had on telly.
Peep Show. Just to add, our guest Richard was in an episode of Peep Show.
Oh yeah,
He was the bouncer on the door.
Yes.
He never actually got to that, but he was a bouncer in an episode of Peep Show.
Oh, well, listen out for that. There is not an anecdote of that coming up in part 2.
We forgot to mention that.
We forgot to mention that. But yeah, anything else that tickled your fancy, gentlemen, on TV?
Do you want to go?
You go first, though.
Little Britain.
Yeah,
it's one of those sort of questionable, sketchy things now.
Yeah,
there's a few that are
so not PC.
Yeah, you sort of watch back and go,
has it been scrutinised? It wasn't it?
They've basically put a lot of those kind of, this was okay back then, but there are references you may not appreciate now type things. There was some,
but I agree with that.
There's some stuff on there.
I agree with that. It was of its time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think you can go against it because of that.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't really show love thy neighbour.
No, absolutely. That has been sort of withdrawn.
So things
properly,
like that.
So this is a bit more.
You got so the other thing is Swiss Tony. Do you remember from Far Show?
Oh,
he had his own
the car salesman thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It was good as a sketch. I don't know about a whole sitcom
those
thing.
sort of things. When you try and elongate them over time, it doesn't.
Yeah,
hold up,
and the other thing, I just think this is like fucking. I don't even know how this come about. Why it was made.
Please tell me this involves one of Britain's favourite boxers.
Yeah.
I think I know. Yeah.
I love this.
At Home with the Eubanks.
At Home with the Eubanks.
Channel 5. Yeah,
God bless him.
But again, it's like he's such a character. Like the fact of
he used to drive the big like 18-wheeler truck around Brighton and stuff.
Yeah, with a monocle. And it's like,
absolutely
was it
mad as a box of frogs. Yeah,
and like, it's just sort of that.
He was never a boxer though, either. He was a pugilist.
Yeah, exactly.
He was a pugilist, Richard.
And it was like, it was all, it's just like, I say, it's such a character. But like I say, it was, again, it's someone
on screen, but
I don't know, it's someone who's engaging. It's like, because he's just larger than life.
You totally watch him, wouldn't you? Yeah, totally watch him.
I saw him at Liverpool Street Station and I just literally bypassed him. And fuck me, that guy's size of that guy's hands. It's unreal. Yeah, it's like, you know, when their hands could eat your hands for breakfast and then shit out your hands
with room for an extra hand.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, so much so. And again, obviously,
I love that thought of at home with the Eubanks.
Oh, you
shitting out my hands.
I dream. I fantasize about that all the time.
Just the idea of Chris Eubanks.
He's giving birth to a lovely pair of hands, Mr. Eggwine.
Yes. Oh my God, but whose hands are they? They're Chris Eubanks. Oh my God, what's going on? What an idea.
Are you done?
What an idea to pitch.
You got nothing else?
Oh, I thought you meant shitting out people's hands.
No. You done with TV programs?
Murphy's Law and
was that the one with Jimmy Nesbitt with the world's greatest handlebar?
I like Bruce Grobbler.
Yeah.
I'm going to come up saying I'm surprised you guys haven't mentioned, because I know we all love this show. But I'll come up with it last. So first of all, I'm going to go Arrested Development. It was 2003.
I love Arrested.
Okay.
Which is great.
Yeah,
very good programme.
Amazing.
Nip Tuck, I did like that. I know it's about the plastic surgeons, but it was quite a good American thing. Now, the show I'm talking about, and I've just had to check it because I thought, hang on.
Oh, was it The Salon on Channel 4?
No, and I'm thinking, why has no one mentioned this? Because we always have an argument that my internet's different to yours.
Must root through.
But I've just IMDb'd it. It's 2003. He's the Mighty Boosh.
Is he really?
Get out.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And I had that down, and I thought, why has no one mentioned it? Because we love that. All of us love it. We've always spoke about it and laugh about it. Well, I'm surprised that none of you come up. I'm like,
well, in that case, we've all got beef with Wikipedia because clearly we're all doing our research on the same way.
I've just IMDb'd it. I thought it does come at 2003.
I love the first series. I love elements of the second series, and then again bits of the third as well. I don't know,
it's so off the wall.
But it's very off the. Some of it, it's great.
He's brilliant. He's
that and
fab
Peep Show. Peep Show was one of my favourite sitcoms.
Yeah,
and I
Peep
love
Show was great.
I'll
Mighty
still
Boosh for.
I'll still watch Peep Show now because it's always on.
Yeah, I like it
Peeps
now and
and
again.
stuff.
He's
It's
still
just
good.
The episode where like barbecues the dog.
Yeah,
and then
eat some of this
eating the
delicious
dog in
turkey,
front-
Jeremy.
Yeah.
Or like
Or
peeing
like-
himself in the church. And
Yeah.
it's just raining
Oh,
down on
yeah.
people and stuff. It's just so awkward. But it's brilliant.
Yeah.
But the
Super
actress that
hands, all that,
plays Big Suze.
Yeah.
He's like,
She was at the funeral, wasn't she?
She's at the funeral of the Queen.
There was like everyone
She's-
twitting.
She's
tweeting,
married
wasn't
to a,
there?
to a Viscount or something.
Oh, really?
She's essentially nobility now, isn't she?
Big
Yeah, everyone on
Suze.
Twitter was like, "Have I just seen Big Suze?"
Really
the
bizarre.
funeral.
Big
Yeah,
Suze.
Big Suze.
Yeah.
It's really odd, but it's like, amazing.
Yeah,
Really
but yeah,
Oh, great
that's a
TV, guys.
I'm glad you remembered that, Mr.
Yeah.
Reynolds, in that case,
Yeah,
because
but
that would have been a shame to
yeah.
bypass
No,
because-
I was expecting
Fabulous.
one of you to say. I was like, hang on.
No, absolutely
Oh,
fabulous series.
that's
but it
given me
just
an
did
idea
not-
for maybe the previous year, actually, for a sitcom that I love. Again, it was off the wall.
Intriguing. He dangles the carrot, doesn't
Dangle
he?
the carrot.
But yeah, that was literally. It was very, very little stuff on. It
Yeah.
turns out.
Yeah.
What were we doing? Because your Stag-do was only a weekend's worth.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I was still trying to
Still
go over the
hungover.
embarrassment.
Yeah, you didn't show your face for a while.
Yeah.
Certainly not up north.
That
anyway.
cold July wasn't. No one's going for it. It was very
the first half
fucking
of the month
cold.
was very cold, and then there was a heat wave. It turned out.
Yeah.
But yeah, really bizarre. You know when you sort of going through, there must have been more to it than this, wasn't there? What was I doing?
And to be fair, I don't think film and music I'm struggling with as well.
Well, let's not jump into it too soon. Let's stop for an advert or two.
Oh, let's do that.
Beef. It's great.
All right, let's talk about films of the year then, young fella, my lads. You know the drill, top threes, and then we'll chat through some honourable mentions. Mr. Film, Mr. Reynolds, it's all you.
Okay, 2003.
Whoop, whoop.
Not a lot
Great, Mr. Dallo.
in terms of quantity, but there was some good quality. And to be fair, number one is probably one of my favourite films of the 2000s. So I'm not going to be a complete downer on it.
Okay.
Are we going honourable mentions or are we coming back to them after?
Let's build up and then see what's left for the honourables.
Okay, so I'm going for number 3.
Yeah,
Old School.
lovely.
I do love this
It is
film.
great,
This is
yeah.
fucking good.
I love,
like-
did you have this in your list, Del? Because mine, I ummed and ahed, and it just misses out. With
Yeah.
me.
Does it? Was it going 2004?
No. So it just
Oh,
misses out in
right,
terms
okay.
of my top
Yeah,
three.
Yeah, no.
It's like a 3.5.
There was a lot of comedies this year, I must admit.
Yeah.
And I was like, so.
Yeah, so
But
in
yeah, I
that
do
case-
like Old School, I must admit.
Well,
I
I'm sure
think
we
it's
can
fun.
chat quite.
Yeah, it's
happily
quality.
about it,
Yeah,
so,
Frank the Tank. all
Yeah,
that.
yeah, Frank the Tank, Will Ferrell, it's fucking
Yeah.
brilliant. When he's running down the street naked and
Yeah, it's like-
gets
yeah.
picked up by his wife.
What's going on, honey? We're just
Yeah.
doing some streaking.
And he just gets in the car and he goes, do we know if a KFC's open? It's just like, that's what you would say. And it's just like,
I feel like you might have said that on your stag at some point.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
completely
it is,
naked.
I love that
Can we
line.
get some KFC?
Just like, KFC's open.
I think where you get shot when the
the tranquilizer.
Yeah.
Everything slows down.
It's such a good film. I love it, and they do all that bit where they're all they're starting the school and they all stand on
Is
top
there
of
a
the building.
fraternity? Yeah,
and
fraternity.
they've got bricks attached to it, and it goes through a manhole and he falls through it.
It's such a good cast.
Yeah,
isn't it?
he's
It's
really good. I do like. It's stupid.
it's
but
Luke Wilson,
Yeah,
isn't
it's a really
And
stupid
Vince Vaughn
comedy.
Yeah, and obviously Will Ferrell.
And Will
Yeah.
Ferrell, yes, that is one of the most
Stupid comedy, but I do
The whole
like it.
the 90-year-old pledge blue.
Yeah.
Who just gets into a
faculty thing, isn't
wrestling
it?
ring
Yeah.
with like a load of greased up girls. It's like, come on, what are you waiting for, you pussy? Stop this thing, let's go.
I
good.
do like it. It's stupid,
Singing-
but it's
yeah.
a comedy. I could just,
Yeah.
if it was on,
Oh,
I'd just watch it
100%.
again. I'll be like, yeah, let's watch it.
Will Ferrell singing like opera at a memorial
Yeah.
for the dead pledge and stuff. It's really good.
It is good.
Even Jeremy Piven as the
Oh yeah. I
like
forgot he's in it. Yeah, he's the
faculty.
yeah, he's kind of the bad guy kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
they're
trying,
all
to throw him out
get,
and that, isn't
get
he?
one
Yeah.
up on and stuff. It's a really, really good film. I love it.
Yeah.
It's a shame it missed out, I must confess.
Yeah, I kind of had that at 3. Number 2 was Kill Bill, Volume 1.
Oh, really?
I had that. Yeah, number 2.
Yeah, so I've got that down in mine as well.
Didn't come out.
I do like Volume 2's a bit.
Yeah.
But I do like Volume 1. It is
Once
good.
you've
I
got to
would've-
see Volume 1, you're like,
Yeah, I
get
would have
it.
had Kill
it's
Bill in there.
It's a fabulous film. I had it
Yeah.
down at my number 3, but it's just really good, isn't it?
Yeah, he's good.
Tarantino's
Typical Tarantino, and I don't think you have to explain much. I think everyone's seen it, but yeah,
you
he's
would
good.
like to think so, wouldn't you?
Part
But
one, that is good,
it's
that.
the supporting cast as well that kind of made. I was never a fan of Uma Thurman per se before that.
Yeah,
And she kind of turned me round a little bit.
and he
It's
waited
like-
a long time for that because she was pregnant, so he had
That's
to.
right.
She was always his first choice.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
But
nice that
he,
kind of
he had
has
to
that
wait
whole
for her.
vision
He had to wait for her
sticks
to have the baby, and
That's
then
right.
he'd get it back in shape and that.
Yeah.
So he kind of purposely. I think it was meant to be a couple of years earlier, but
pushed it.
Yeah, you kind
It's
of
like
wait.
Daryl Hannah really sort of surprised
Yeah,
me. It's just
yeah.
that really vindictive bits where she's plucks the eye
Yeah.
out of the
All
Yeah.
the cast in that's
They're
good.
really good.
Yeah.
Michael Madsen, you kind of know what you're going to get, but Daryl
Yeah.
Hannah, you just don't expect it, and she
Yeah.
really
Lucy
flips it.
Liu's in it as well, isn't it?
Because she
Yeah.
was never meant to be in that. I don't think
No.
They were going to do it as a proper Japanese actress, I think, and then he saw her in something else, and then rewrote it so she was like a Chinese American.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, fair
it's a
enough.
good film. The first one's
really good.
better than the second one. The second one is a bit of a yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But
Totally.
Caradine is amazing, and
Yeah.
the whole
Yeah.
motion was.
Obviously, it's a revenge film.
Oh, hello.
It is a revenge film,
See where
and I
it's
spoke
going.
about revenge film in I think 2002, and the start of a revenge trilogy by
did.
by a certain director.
You did.
And the second one of the revenge films, and the best revenge film of all time
Is your number one?
Old Boy.
Old
Yeah.
boy. So you got an
Korean.
old boy and an old school.
Yeah, it's a Korean film, and I just urge anyone to watch this film. It's fucking brilliant. It is messed up, I'll give you that. It is dark. Do not watch it with children or anything like that. It is really dark, but it is the best revenge film I've ever seen, because it's not just a revenge film.
Yeah.
Well, it is, but it's a clever revenge film, not just in you killed someone, I'm going out to kill you.
Classic, yeah. Tit for tat.
There's so many levels to it. It's so brilliant, and the twist upon twist upon twist, whatever it is. Really good film. And like I say, do not watch the American version, which comes out about 10 years later. Watch the Korean original version. It's so...
The one with Josh Brolin, isn't
Yeah,
it? The
it's
remake.
crap, yeah.
I like Josh Brolin, but it's not for me.
No,
the
it's
remake.
a crap film. The original Korean, honestly, I just urge people, you haven't seen Old Boy, you have to watch it just to see how good it is. It's got so many... There's the famous hammer scene, which is all in one take. Him going down a corridor.
MC Hammer walks out.
Yeah, just like bam,
Have a
bam,
dance
bam.
off.
You got an octopus scene where he eats a live octopus. And there's, without giving too much away, there's other stuff as well. It's such a good film. Brilliant. I did give you guys homework to do, but
You did.
I understand. To be fair, I haven't had
sorry,
a chance
sir.
to watch it.
The dog ate mine.
Yeah, to be fair, I watched a bit of it, but I didn't get a chance to watch it all again because I wanted to watch it again.
Failed his own
Yeah,
homework
but
challenge.
it is a brilliant film.
20 press ups, Phil, whilst Dell's talking us through his lineup.
Yep. So there you go.
It's a great three.
Mm-hmm.
Great three. Richie D, does yours differ?
Yeah, it does, actually. I'm surprised Phil didn't have one of them in, actually. My number 3 is a film. It's a bit obscure. People might be going, oh, what's got in here, mate? What's got in here? I don't get it.
They might be doing that.
They
if
might
they
be
were-
or they might be just like getting on with their lives. Really.
What's the twat they're talking about?
No, it's a film called Matchstick Men. It's Nicolas Cage and it is Sam Rockwell. And yeah, I just
What's her name as well? Johansson, is she in it as well?
Oh, yeah.
no, it's not her, but it's a sort of.
I've seen it's a
young-
con men, isn't it?
Yeah, it's common.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
cool. It's crazy and it's fun. And there's like Nicolas Cage is a bit like he's got Tourette's and OCD, and they're kind of con men, like Phil says, but it kind of comes to a bit of a sort of a weird thing when he finds out he's got a daughter he didn't realise, and it's kind of based around a con that they do. And it's got quite a cool twist in it, and that's what I remember. But it's just fun. It's easy to watch.
Yeah,
I
I
like.
remember seeing it. I remember quite liking it.
Yeah, I like
Alison Lohman, apparently.
Alison
Is
Lohman.
it Ridley
Okay.
Scott?
Yeah,
It is Ridley
Yeah.
Scott,
yeah.
I like. I really like Sam Rockwell. Nick
Yeah, I
Cage
like-
is
yeah, I
good
like
in this
Sam
because he plays someone with OCD
He's a bit
and Tourette's. Is
unhinged. He does
crazy,
well,
so
doesn't he?
he
Yeah.
does crazy.
He
It's
does-
crazy.
he
It's
does
crazy.
do crazy
That's
very
cool.
well.
So that was it. Number 2, Big Fish. I didn't get a chance to rewatch it. But I just remember it being fun, surreal, flights of fantasy, sweet, heartfelt, and just an all-round good good heartfelt film. Because there was a lot of films in here that I like, and I missed out because I wanted to go more upbeat than down. Because there a couple of them I talked about and I watched them, and then they were a bit too down. It could have gone either way. It's either going to be a really upbeat list, which it is, or a bit of a sort of.
Was Big
down
Fish
film.
your one you're surprised I didn't pick?
No, it's not actually. And that's my.
I did watch Big Fish, and I probably would have picked it, but then when I rewatched it,
no, it just
wasn't as good as I remember it being.
Enough. Okay.
Yeah, sometimes things are good, best left in memory, aren't they? But my number one, I love this every time it's on. It's just great. It's fun. It's School of Rock.
Yeah, I've got that as an honourable mention.
Yeah,
I nearly made my number 3. It was that or Old School. I was like, what do I go for?
Jack Black is very.
Yeah.
But I think it's all Jack Black, this film, and I just think it's clever because this could go really wrong because the fact of it's got school kids in, and it could, if they don't get this particularly right, it's an awful film. It could be cheesy, but it's the sort of film you can watch with like your kids. It's a family film. But it's got enough humour in it, and it's just some of the just stupid jokes, and it's just like him at his best. And obviously, music's pretty cool. It's got a rock theme. Little guest appearances from Sarah Silverman in it, which I didn't even remember. Like that,
she's
that she
the
was
really
in
snarky kind of
thingy's wife, his flatmate's wife.
She was trying to get rid of him.
He's always he's always coming in.
He's the writer of the film, isn't he?
That's right.
He wrote it especially for Jack Black as well.
Yeah, and there's also there's KG's in it. His little cameo as a teacher. Joan Cusack's great in it. And some of the actual actors, I don't know if you remember. Have you ever heard of a Disney program called iCarly?
Yeah.
So iCarly is actually.
She's the smart ass.
Yeah, she's the smart ass one.
Manager,
So So there's a few. I don't know about the rest of the cast, whether they've sort of.
There's a couple that haven't fared so well. I think. Yeah, the drummer.
Oh, really?
The spiky head died. I think.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they were proper musicians, weren't they? They were actually hand picked.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were like actual musicians.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he didn't have a good life, I think, that drummer.
But, so they're my top 3. I'll probably actually...
He tried to keep it light and I took it down a dark path.
Sorry, exactly. No, but I probably would have, Kill Bill would have...
I like School of Rock.
If Kill Bill would have come up, actually, I probably would have put it in there. Maybe would have replaced... either Big Fish or Matchstick Men, but hey, I didn't. So
take it.
So raspberries.
So raspberries to everyone. Exactly. Speaking of raspberries to everyone, here comes a slightly different list from everybody's favourite wafty tips. So at number 3, like I say, Old School was like right up there, but just displaced by Kill Bill. So I had Kill Bill at 3. At 2. I waited until the end of the year to pick these 2 films.
Oh yeah, there we go.
So
I've got these mentioned.
Do you want to have a guess at what my number 2 is, Phil?
I'm going to go for Elf.
No.
Oh, shut up! Elf's in there.
It'll be the other one then.
Oh, fuck off!
Love Actually.
Fucking hell!
Is
Now
Elf really in there?
Elf is really in there. So at 2,
it's one of my favourite. It's my favourite Christmas film.
There's 2 Christmas films.
There's 2 Christmas films.
I've got
I've
honourable
got
mentions.
both.
Well, no, there's 3 then. If you're counting Love Actually as number 3.
Well, okay, so
gutted,
at number 2, it's Love Actually. Everyone's
Worst fucking
favourite
love film of all time.
I will
fucking
happily
dribble,
watch that film
Fucking hell.
anytime it's on.
Yeah,
Fucking awful.
Who could have predicted it, eh? Me, schmaltzy, disgusting film, British comedy. Let's have it.
Do you know what bit winds me up?
There are certain stories within it that I really don't like.
Fuck, it winds me up
Colin
on anything.
Firth as the writer.
It's the fucking Andy, what's his name, out of Walking Dead. What's his name?
Andrew Lincoln.
Yeah.
His one.
So
with Keira Knightley.
So Kieran, his best friend, right, who is portrayed as a good guy. He's not even portrayed as a wanker.
Yeah.
If he was portrayed as a wanker, you could understand Andrew Lincoln's methods in what he does. You'd be like, it makes sense.
Can you record?
He's a nice guy. Sure. He's his best mate. But yet he fancies the fuck out of his wife and he stalks her, and then they get married.
I know, yeah.
And then he turns up at his door with a fucking sign going, shh.
Tell him it's Carol singing.
This is his fucking best mate. He's fucking cheating on his...
He's trying to, but he realises the error of his ways.
No, he doesn't. She turns him fucking down.
No, he says, my heart will love you for as long as it can.
It's
I realise it's gone. So, that storyline I don't like.
Okay.
I don't like that one. I like the Bill Nighy bits with Gregor Fisher as his manager. So he's a fading rock star. And those sort of comedic bits. Emma Thompson and Alan Rickman can do no wrong in most things anyway. There's a lot going on. That's a lovely little bit. Chris Marshall, the comedy kind of thing where he's Colin Frizzle from Basildon, which I love. So he goes on holiday.
He's got a proper Basildon accent as well.
He packs his bags up, goes to America, just to goes like Minnesota or somewhere really weird in the middle of nowhere, and meets the 3 hottest women he's ever met in his life. That's not Scarlett Johansson. That is Eliza Dushku.
So is it the bloke out of My Family?
Yes.
It's him, the son.
One.
Yeah.
He literally goes off and he just turns around at the airport and just goes, watch out, everybody. Here comes Colin Frizzle. And he's got a big knob. And that's enough for me in a film. That'll elevate it to number 2.
That is Richard Curtis at his worst.
Martin Freeman as an extra, just constantly shagging naked.
Thing,
from
he's a porn actor, isn't he? From The Office.
Not Colin and... Gavin and
Stacey, Joanna Page is in it. There's, the cast goes on. Like,
Colin
Frizzle, I mentioned. So Liam Neeson's in it as the one who's got the son. So there's a lot going on. It's lovely. What can you do? And it's Christmas, and as Dale said, it's my list.
I think there's one Richard Curtis film I like, and that's About Time. Have you ever seen that?
No.
Oh, man, you love it.
No.
Have you seen About Time?
Maybe. Doesn't ring a bell though.
It's a great film.
Okay.
Watch it. About Time. It's not this. I think it's 2013.
Is it a zombie movie where everyone falls in love?
No, honestly, I'm not Richard. I don't like Richard Curtis. I think he's too.
Apparent,
but that is a good film, Richard Curtis. About Time. Look out for that. If you like Richard, which you do, clearly do. Watch About Time. You'll love it, and you'll probably. And I'm not ashamed to admit this. It does actually reduce me to tears.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because it's not a typical love story. It's actually about a father and son relationship, which is actually really sad. So.
Okay.
Well, when we get to the tins, we'll bring that up. But until that point, you'll have to satisfy yourself with my number 1 film, which also brings me to tears.
Finding Nemo.
Elf.
Yeah, it does bring me to tears.
Absolutely love Elf. It is one of my favourite films ever.
Pissed off, man.
And I cannot get enough of it.
I have a thing. I had Elf. But
because
I have a thing about picking a Christmas film.
Yeah, of course.
I only watch it at Christmas. So
I would watch it any time.
Yeah, I can, and I love it. So
it's so good.
But there's something about a Christmas film where I just think, I can't put it in because it's Christmas film.
It's so specific.
Yeah.
But in the same way that I would watch, I think on my Desert Island Dicks in the 90s, I picked Home Alone.
Yeah.
And I'd quite happily watch that any time.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah, I love
set
Elf,
at Christmas, but
I do love it. That could have easily, that probably would be in my top 3. I mean, there's just something about it. Christmas, I can't pick it.
I understand why some people might go, but it's
again,
literally it's Will Ferrell, OTT.
Yeah,
it is. But again, like with School of Rock, again, it's because if you don't get these films right,
they can be really.
It's not offensive. It's silly. There's no swearing in it at all. It's just a man being silly.
Yes,
but it's appealing, and it's not sort of, and it's father, and it's all elements of it. It's
the
great,
weird bit is that I think Jim Carrey was in the running for the role instead of Ferrell.
Oh, really?
That would have been a very different. When that would have been too much almost.
It's hard to.
He pitches charm to him, and he's got a certain charm.
Just enough.
He's got childlike charm.
Yeah,
what he's got.
When he's sitting on his dad's lap,
which is
and he's
with
enormous, and it's just ridiculous.
Whereas
he's not over the top with it. It's just
that's what I mean.
It's just his face. It's just the way he looks.
He's like a man. Yeah, he's a man child. Isn't he?
Did you mention Cole Gass in one of your other?
Yeah, he's in that as well.
He's in this as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the
Peter Dinklage.
He's the Office.
The writers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Call me dwarf. It's just mental. Zoe Deschanel in it as well. I've got a bit of a soft spot for.
Oh, I love it. That bit where they're singing.
It's
cold outside.
It's like, come on, guys, you're killing me here. It's beautiful.
It's a great film. I love it. I do love it. It's one of my favourite Christmas films.
What can you do? It's amazing. It features songs ranging from like the Christmas carol-y stuff to whoomp, there it is.
Yeah.
What more do you need from anything?
And he gets drunk, doesn't he, in the post room?
He gets absolutely smashed. Yeah, absolutely. When he's doing all the dancing and stuff, it's just brilliant.
Yeah.
So, I was more than happy with that.
Yeah, that would have been in there.
But you mentioned just before I said that Finding Nemo, that was right up there as well. Obviously.
Yeah, again, a great film. Well, that touches on something I was going to talk to you about, and it's quite relevant, actually.
Have you got one little fin?
It's Year of the Shark. So, can you give me... So, Finding Nemo, obviously the shark's in there. It's a bit silly, but obviously the shark's in there.
Open Water was another one, wasn't
can
it?
you give me the other shark movie?
Big Fish?
Yeah, no.
But it wasn't... No, Blue... That was way out in that, wasn't it?
It's red water for some reason. It was all about the fucking
Open
Great
Water
White,
was one of them, wasn't it? Yeah.
Well, it wasn't. No, I think Red Water was Great White. I think Open Water was just sharks, aren't they? I think they're
generic.
tigers or whatever. Oh, sorry. And there was another one called Shark Attack 3. Megalodon. I can't even Megalodon.
Megalodon.
Was that one of them like sci-fi?
Megalodon.
Was that them one of them sci-fi?
I think so. Yeah. So
Sharknado.
Megalodon.
It feels almost
Sharknado
like-
and stuff like that.
Megalodon.
The
The Meg, yeah, probably
the Meg.
with Jason Statham.
Jason Statham.
Anything for a buck steak. But I mean, there were some other good old films in this year if the VPNs are
Yeah, go on, what you
Yeah.
got then?
Gangs of New York?
Oh, didn't have that. I
2000.
think I had that. I think I had that the year before. But
Yeah, that's because you're dodgy VPN.
what makes your one correct?
It's right. I've got Gangs of New York, Finding Nemo, 8
Yeah.
Mile,
I had
the
that last year.
third
but
Lord of the Rings film.
Yeah, I gave
Obviously,
up
is in
on
there.
them.
Welcome to Collingwood.
Oh, I didn't have
Really
that.
like.
What was that? I think I've seen that.
Another sort of heist type thing. Secretary
rings a bell.
was this year.
I had that as last
okay.
year.
Bruce Almighty, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, I had that.
Oh, really?
There's one
Okay.
that gets Just Married. Do you know the film with Ashton Kutcher and Brittany
Murphy.
Murphy?
Yeah, okay.
Just before she died, wasn't it? So,
Right, okay.
yeah, I like that film.
So I've got a couple. I mean, I've got another Christmas film, which I was saying was the fourth one, was Bad Santa.
Oh,
Yeah,
didn't have
I like
that.
that one.
Yeah,
Didn't
that's
have
good.
that
Other Christmas film, Mystic River.
Yeah. See, I've got two depressing films.
Yeah, that's 20.
Mystic River and 21 Grams.
Oh, 21 Grams, yeah.
They're great films, but
Yeah.
I couldn't watch them again. They're both really
There's-
fucking dark and depressing films.
Actually, the other fucking Dumb and Dumberer.
Yes.
Yeah,
So Harry
There was
That was a shit one.
There was a lot of
and
shit comedies that year as well.
Italian Job. I'll tell you, there's a comedy in it. It was kind of a slash comedy, but I actually like watching this with the kids, actually. It's The Cat in the Hat with Mike Myers. And yeah. It's just
Dr.
bizarre. It's
Seuss.
Alec Baldwin. Kelly Preston. Yeah,
Yes, yeah.
So it's a good film. It's fun.
The only other one I've got is another Korean film, actually, Memories of Murder.
Oh, okay.
It's a brilliant film, really good. Yeah, it's a true story about a murder in Korea in the 80s. But I think this was kind of the birth of Korean cinema, which did kind of kick on after one. You had things like, it's the same director done Parasite recently.
Oh, right, okay.
So this was his first film, Memories of Murder. It's good, yeah. Again, Korean films are really good, and they were starting to come about this time.
Touche.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not many other ones. I think there was Catch Me If You Can appears in
I
this,
think I've done the
that
last
last
one.
year.
this year as well. Yeah, about Schmidt, and then a couple of
Yeah.
those Matrix follow-ups as well.
about-
Yeah, there was
Schmidt.
two this year. They were
Yeah.
two in 1 year, weren't they?
Reloaded
They did it
and
like the
Revolutions, wasn't it? Yeah.
was it like Lord of the Rings, where they do them literally after, like
Yes,
months after each
smacks
other?
after each
Yeah,
other.
I gave up after the first one, to be fair. I
watched
didn't really like the first one.
No,
so.
watch the first one. That's more than enough, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But that was it. That's all I really had. But
Yeah.
there was some. Like I said, there might not have been millions of films, but the ones they were,
Yeah, they were good ones.
weren't they?
Megalodon.
You've really
Megalodon.
There it goes.
Megalodon.
It's
Megalodon.
in now.
There we
It's
go.
in now. It will never slip out, Richie D.
Oh,
Well,
maybe later, potato.
fingers crossed. Let's take a break while we examine your megalodon.
I'm going to go and do that now.
What, examine my
It's
Megalodon?
like mini Don, though.
Right, fellas, let's crack through our musical choices of 2003. Same drill, 3, 2, 1, and then some honourables. Del, let's start with you, matey
Yeah,
boy. Give
no
us your lists.
Well, I was going to go with Kings of Leon, but I'm not now
didn't?
just because of.
Oh,
We did.
didn't he? He was.
Diddly.
This is an interesting top three.
What a
So
time.
I went. So if it would have been my cool one, the Kings of Leon one, but I haven't gone with
cool
it.
one, so you're going to stick with some really sad stuff.
So I've gone with Tom Jones.
I was going to say, did Tom Jones release an album?
He must have done another duet.
No, I went with Star Sailor, Silence is Easy, and it's got the song, the title track, Silence is Easy. Music was saved, telling them, bringing the love, fall to the floor, and some of us, and it's just got enough songs that I just probably thought the ones for Kings of Leon's match, really.
Fair play. So that's your 3.
That's my 3. Number 2 is Athlete, Vehicles and Animals.
Lovely.
El Salvador, West Side, Shake Those Windows, beautiful new project, and a few others, Vehicles and Animals. Oh, there's actually a song in here for Vehicles and Animals. It starts off, it's just the simple things that the robot Stevie G draws or something like that. Or,
yeah.
And
Steve Gerrard.
That's what I mean. Every time I hear that song, Stevie G pops in.
Slippy G.
I can't get him out now every time that song's on. But that's my number 2, basically.
That's a lovely album. Yeah, I like that.
And my number 1 is The Thrill, So Much for the City. So
Richie D, we are somewhat in sync.
On the sync? Oh,
Somewhat
okay.
in sync. Yeah, I love that album. It's my number 2, but it's a...
Yeah, that was the one he was singing. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's like Santa Cruz, So Much for the City. Big Don't Steal the Sun, One Horse Town, Say It Ain't So, and Just Travelling Through is just some of them. But it's another one I can almost play all the way through.
Yeah, I was
actually,
listening to it today just in sort of preparation. It's like it's sort of Beach Boysy.
Yeah, it's up there.
Yeah, definitely was a
West
Beach Boys
Coasty
kind of song, wasn't it?
kind of thing. But it was like then you sort of get little references of, I don't know, Neil Young every now and again in there, that kind of stuff, and then Graham Parsons almost. It's that sort of stuff. Really like it. Really like that album.
And it's like I don't know, with the next album it just sort of went a bit
That's
weird.
it. I was nothing more from the Thrills. Thank you. I was perfectly happy with that. Debut done.
Did they do any other albums?
Yeah, they did. This was the single. Was it What Happened to Corey Haim?
Oh, really?
And it was just, but yeah, that first album though was quality. And to be fair, actually, the Athlete, Vehicles and Animals album I can play all the way through.
Yeah,
they're a bit more upbeat. So when they went to later on, you know, when they did like Wires and that's what
really
kind of switched off. That was
stuff.
down, but this was nice little upbeat
somewhere
one.
In the middle, wasn't it? Sort of soft guitar, wistful lyrics. It's quite nice. I like that.
Going back to the Thrills though, they were kind of a band built up before the album come out, weren't they? I remember it being.
There was a lot of buzz about it.
And that's why I think I remember going to buy it. I don't think I'd heard of them, but it was all this buzz about them, and it being the Beach Boys' summer album.
Yeah.
And to be fair, the singles they released were good
for them, didn't it? Yeah.
The album overall, a bit debatable. I don't think it was a great album. What I remember of it, I haven't heard it since, but
I know, because even like sometimes through an album you can kind of get like bits of despair through hope. But even they did that in songs almost. They started off, it's like really dark, and then they bring it back round and loop. It's nice. It's a really nice album.
Yeah, no, I've got it. I remember liking
really
it, but
nice
I don't know. Too many songs on there I don't like, but
they were a band I think built up out of.
They're one of the
gossip,
few,
kind of,
that were promoted before you knew why you were being talked about. Yeah, absolutely. Quite agree.
Definitely was.
All right, well, that is a good shout. We share at least 2 there, Richie Dizzle.
Oh, cool.
Let's see what Reynolds has got in the tank for us. Do you agree with us in any form? No,
I don't think I do.
Go on, what you got in your 3 then, mate?
So we're coming back to honourable mentions, are we?
Let's see what's in yours and mine, and then we can.
So number 3,
chat it.
The Biffy Make It Back. They were busy working on a second album.
Come on,
just
Biff.
1 year later.
Lovely,
which was the Vertigo Bliss.
Yes,
it's a good album.
Yeah,
it's got like your Ideal Height and things like that. It was a good album. Again, very similar to the first album. They were a bit of Biffy at first were a very like underground band, weren't they? At first, it took them till a little while, good 4 albums before they started to, and then they actually become more radio friendly as well, didn't they? As well, which, to be fair, now they are too radio friendly, but their early stuff was very good. Yeah, it was that underground kind of just guitar rock.
Big fan. Just bubbled under in my
So that number 3. My number 2 was a bit of again an album I don't really listen to now. But at the time, it was something completely different. It was fun. It was The Darkness. I got permission to that.
I ummed and ahed about that,
I did like that. The songs are good.
Yeah.
It is a comical album. It's a novelty album. Yeah, but it was good with it. It's a bit. It reminds me a bit like the Tenacious D album, which I remembered. Again, it's comical, but there was good songs as well. It's not just one. It's they've got something to back it up with.
It was 100%. It was a kind of a thing to lean on. The weirdness and the glam rock and the stuff.
Yeah.
But it was underneath that. There was some good.
Yeah, it was good.
penmanship
And a little just the stories that's an album I always remember because it was Claire bought it for me on my wedding day as a present. So me and Steve listened to it on the way to the wedding. So we had darkness go. So it's a bit of an added thing, a bit of a sentimental story to it. But still, it's a good...
the schmaltzy one with the Love Actually stuff. Screw you soft bitch.
But it's a good album. It is a good album. But my number one was the one there was Kings of Leon, Youth and Manhood. I think that's a great album. Youth and Young Manhood. I think it's a good raw album from a band. I mean, again, a bit like Biffy, Kings of Leon are the American version when they started raw.
Yes, got more polished.
Two or three albums, and then they just turned radio hit after radio hit, and they just changed. They sold out. Is the cheap way of saying it, I suppose. But that album, number one, I think is brilliant. I think there's 10. Yeah. They're short. They were like 2 minutes, 2-3 minute songs, no more than that. Bang, 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 done. And I'm just, I really like the album. I think that's up there with one of their best ones. Yeah.
Can't argue with that.
Mm-hmm. Did they change in the next one with like Shakedown?
A little bit, went a bit darker. I think number 2 and number 3 are really, and then I think number 4 is the Sex on Fire one.
Yes,
I think there might be one in between. I can't remember. And then that's when I like that album actually, but
it flips.
That was the start. This is where they're changing, and then they just go. I gave up after them. It's
all about the sales. Yeah, absolutely. Not telling the story anymore. Well, it's not a bad shout. My list is quite similar to Young Richie's. My 3 is Vehicles and Animals, just displacing Kings of Leon, which bubbled under and The Darkness. 2 is So Much for the City by The Thrills. But my number 1 was Final Straw by Snow Patrol. I went with them.
Yeah, I haven't done that.
It's just one of those ones that I'll listen to more things like Run and Chocolate and Spitting Games and all those big hits.
How to
Be Dead and there's some good ones on there. But it's like there was a lot of Irish guitar based stuff essentially in my list. It's all that kind of bit of melancholy. I loved the diddly diddly. I always did. But yeah, it was a bit Simple Mindsy mixed with the Pixies. It was that kind of... I liked it. It was nice.
Cool. Man.
Nice. All right, honourable mentions in that case. You've obviously mentioned... I've mentioned the Darkness of Kings of Leon not making my list and hitting there. Any more, Richie D? What?
Elephant-based. Elephant with the white stripes.
Yes, of course.
There was a film, Elephant, as well that year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Gus Van Sant, which was the Bowling for Columbine. It was more of a serious documentary, actually, about the boys that day. Just going off of music. It's not in this film, but that was in the 2003 as well.
For all your elephant news, come visit us.
Yeah. Subscribe to Elephant News. And the other elephant was Ella Funk by the old Black Eyed Peas.
Black Eyed Peas, indeed.
Where's the love and is it Let's Get Retarded? I can't remember what the
Let's Get Retarded.
Let's get it. They called it Let's Get It Started, I think, as a way to get around it. But it was were the lyrics. Yeah.
What was the lyrics?
Let's Get It Started. They called it, but it wasn't. It was Let's Get Retarded.
Oh, it was that.
Yeah.
Oh, that must have been the radio version.
Yeah. But on the album, it's As Richard Says.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so an all right little album. I had a couple of other ones that knocked about. Dizzy Rascal was knocking around with Boy in the Corner, which I quite liked. It's a completely different thing to all the guitar-based stuff. Blur's Think Tank was there, but it was the beginning of the end, wasn't it? It's the one that Coxon leaves sort of midway through. 50 Cent with Get Rich and Die Trying. Mm-hmm. Always remember seeing him at Reading Festival get absolutely chaired and bottled off. Hilarious. And Evanescence with Fallen for the one song. After that, it was just high-pitched squeaking, wasn't it?
Yeah, I did like Evanescence.
Any more for any more?
I've just got Radiohead. How to the Feet.
You always have a bit of Radiohead.
It was. I mentioned the last one. I didn't like this album at all, but I thought mention it because it's Radiohead. But I didn't think it was a very good album. And the only other one was Arcade Fire, which is an EP.
Okay, so
which is Arcade Fire.
It's like speaking to an old person.
It's Arcade Fire. June.
It's the band Arcade.
Turn it up.
It's a
Arcade Fire.
The band Arcade Fire, and the EP was called Arcade Fire. Self-entitled. But
that's where they got it
their
from.
debut album comes out a year later, but this has got a couple of songs, so it's bit of a little gap, but that was good.
A stop gap for you.
Yeah. The debut album is brilliant. So that probably be. I haven't looked at 2004, but that probably will be my top 3.
Yeah, absolutely. Good band. Lovely stuff. Well done, gentlemen. Lovely.
Oh, the only other one was the Strokes' Revolver.
Oh, it was. I mean,
I thought it was going into a comedy one.
I do like to think that there should be a pun about now, but turns out
I was really expecting. Oh, just one more.
Double bluffed you.
He's keeping keeping us wanting more.
The Strokes. What was it called?
The Revolver.
What just happened there? Either he's caught his dick in his zip on his way back from the toilet, or he's had one too many beverages.
I thought it was Dale telling us one of his prank bands. I was doing a big laugh.
You really put some effort into it. Well done. Good work.
That was good, wasn't it?
You can tell we've had an actor with us this evening. You've really upped your game.
Any drama coaches, please, Brighton.
Yeah. Phil has an immense range.
Or agents, even. Agents.
We're looking to chuck him out into the streets to earn a living. Wow. Let's see if the phone's ringing off the hook. We'll go to a short break. Okay, it is approaching the end of the podcast, but before we disappear, we're going to take a very quick look into the letters and emails. And our first one comes from Billy Ballbags from Basildon. He says, like Phil's Coco Heart cock-up, what song lyrics have you ever got wrong? So obviously, Phil, one of the greatest moments of possibly our lives was listening to you waffle on about a Coco Heart.
Yeah.
Do you want to walk us through it again? What were the feelings like back then? Was it...
I still would hear that, especially the latest version with what's the name? I swear it says Coco Heart. And that's where I got it from.
Are you going to live and die on that?
Yeah. No, I understand why it's Cold Heart, but I still can't even...
Cold Heart?
It does seem to make more sense.
Even though I know what the correct lyrics are, I still hear Coco Heart. I do.
What can you do if that's the way you are?
He doesn't pronounce it very well.
Yeah. To be fair, was it during lockdown when he was doing all footage of him practicing for the tour? And there's like him in his back garden, isn't there? I don't know. It's his Elton John's back garden. It's like a frigging Hyde Park.
Yeah, his back garden.
He's playing away on the
I bet his back garden's wide open.
Very tidy bushwork.
Yeah.
But he's banging away on the piano and no one understands a word he's saying. It's like it's the most bizarre stuff. I don't know.
Where can you see this?
I'm sure it's on YouTube somewhere or other. But yeah, he does like a live gig and it's just unbelievably weird. Wow. Anyway, is there anything that you stumble across, Dale, with lyrics?
Yeah, bizarrely enough, an Elton John one.
Really?
And I think it's you and Gav that put it into my head, or someone put it into my head, because every time I hear Tiny Dancer...
Oh, yeah, Tony Danza.
Yeah, Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza, yeah. That's that.
So who's Tony Danza?
Who's the boss?
There's a guy from Who's the Boss. Do you remember? It's a really cheesy American sitcom.
Yeah.
Hold Me Closer.
And then they've done an English version of it.
Tony Danza.
Yes, they did.
What was that called?
Do.
Not on the up.
My Two Bosses.
My Two Bosses. My Two Dads.
My Two Bosses, My Dads, something like that, wasn't it?
I was going to say the Mighty Boss, then that's the Mighty Boss.
It's a really muscly, ripped boss.
I remember it. It was
abs.
It was one of the. It was the one of the. It was the brothers. There were about seven of them.
Joe McGann.
Yeah, it was him, wasn't it? He was the older figure.
Living with a blonde lady with a similar.
Yeah.
Mum was on a Blackman.
On a Blackman, that's it. Yeah, it was.
Level. Talk about level. Not another
what's his name? I'm going to IMDb.
Wasn't it At Home with the Pineapple?
I actually, do you know what?
Do you know what, Dale? It could well be.
I'll just IMDb on a Blackman. Is this going to come up in it?
The upper hand.
The upper hand.
The upper hand.
Producer Barry.
Barry.
Good sense.
I don't need IMDb.
Good
Well,
work.
I do.
The upper hand.
The B stands for Barry, though, instead of
I like
base.
Yeah. I like to think I was there with another level upper hand.
I am
the upper hand.
I am Data Barry. That's what IMDb means.
I am Data Barry. Well, touche. Good work, Barry. Thank you for that. We were going to struggle there.
Actually, why? That's fine.
I'm
just pronounced IMDb as I am, and it's not. It's like,
I am
DB.
I'm DB.
Maybe that's
it's like Internet Media Database. So I just went I am. As if it's like that.
Like there's an apostrophe.
I am Spartacus.
I'm
I am
DB.
DB. I'm DB.
Because you copied me as well.
I know. Ludicrous.
So it's internet media data Barry is what I was meant to say.
Internet media data Barry.
I am data Barry rolled off the tongue.
It
so much easier.
Slips off far easier. Barry just rolls off the tongue. Touche. Wow, good work. I don't think I'm not sure any lyrics that jump out at the top of me. My mum, I do remember this one. Do you remember?
She got an album out.
She didn't have an album out, but she always got the lyrics confused of, we're having meatballs, the party's just begun, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, so that's what she used to sing. I don't know why.
Well, yeah,
we're
having big fun.
We're having big fun, but she used to sing, we're having meatballs.
We're having meatballs. It's quite good.
Yeah, every
did you ever have meatballs in your mum's
every dinner time?
There's probably a lot of them. I always remember there's an REM one, which probably is a very popular song.
There's surely like a Reddit list or something that has that kind of stuff.
I think the most... Actually, there is an internet web thing, and it is an REM song, actually. He's Side One that Sleeps Tonight. And a lot of people think it's called in Jamaica when it's like, I'm coming in to wake her up.
Yeah.
But I think that's the most misinterpreted song or the lyrics or something.
I'm sure there is.
Also, Alanis Morissette, which says cross-eyed bared. I always hear cross-eyed bear. Trying to get to the porridge and just missing and
singing about optically retarded forest animals.
The only one on the top of my head is again another REM one, which is a song no one would know. It's called "Exhuming McCarthy." It's off document. Which is a politician.
Big fan.
But I always used to think he used to sing "It's you in my coffee" rather than
my coffee.
I used to think, what's the fuck is he singing about?
Get out of my coffee, you dickhead.
I used to think it's at the end of the song he just screams "Exhuming McCarthy" over and over, and I used to think he's singing "It's you in my coffee." I was thinking, what's he talking about?
It's fair point. Well, Billy, you've got plenty to choose on there. Let us know if there's any of yours, my friend. Let us know what lyrics you cock up. Let's move along to Demi Four from Cloud City.
Oh, Demi.
And she says, what are your favourite and least favourite smells? Now, Mr. Reynolds, you must have an opinion on this, being our...
favourite and least favourite smells.
Nasal guru.
Least favourite is puke.
With
attitude.
Anything? Does
puke
the food that's been eaten?
No, it's just. I don't know. I don't know if it's one of them things where the image creates a smell.
It's like you're putting on a fake big red nose. What you just did there.
No, but do you know what I mean? With it, like, if I didn't see it, would it smell as bad as if I? And my mind.
The forest.
If you didn't
really smell. Yeah.
I hate puke. If I see or smell puke, I'm being sick myself. So probably puke.
But not the noise of it happening, just the smell.
The splash.
No, that doesn't help though. It's not the most pleasant noise.
It's not a good one. A good retch.
Yeah. So.
What about a favourite smell to counter it?
Favourite smell. What's favourite smell?
It's like
you know what? It's probably
you. Like an old fart that comes back. The concept of autumn.
No, do you know what I like? I like when it just...
like a poet.
I'm not sure we want to know
what I like. Summer's day.
You know, sometimes I'm in a meadow.
It's similar to that.
So beautiful.
No, because...
Go home, tell Mrs. Reynolds.
Because I'm actually going to touch on something very similar to that.
Optimism. I love the smell of optimism.
Come on, Phil, let's hear your beautiful...
I love the smell of hope in the morning.
I love when the summer's...
I love coconuts. I bloody love them. I love coconuts.
When the night starts to get lower.
Floella Benjamin.
And it gets dark early, but you get that smell of just, I don't know, Halloween.
Fireworks.
The smell of Halloween. Oh, my Lord.
Bonfires.
Yeah, like bonfire.
Do you know what I like?
There's a certain smell in the end, I think.
Bonfire.
Absolute lunatic.
I like this.
Bonfires by Philip Reynolds.
It only lasts for about a week and then it just
goes.
I'm bored of it.
What about the smell of a shirt the night after a bonfire? That's
no.
That kind of staley smell.
Nah,
it's got to be a bonfire rather than a barbecue.
I don't like that. It's too much, too strong. That is. Okay. Yeah.
Some people say petrol and that sort of stuff, but grass.
Yeah, I like petrol and that,
grass,
but still.
Cut grass is always a good smell. Yeah. Or a fart that comes round after a while that you haven't smelled for. It's like an old friend. You're like, missed you.
One you managed to hold in to stop making a noise.
Yeah.
and then it
Not
smells...
the really vile ones, but the kind of just a little bit stuck.
You know when you're pissed off the missus too much, you think, if I do a loud one now, she's going to really go, so I'm going to have to hold it. And you kind of, you cipher it.
Out. Yeah. Really keep them...
No, it just like makes... It's like they don't hear it, and you've managed... It's like a challenge, think, can I do it?
Yeah.
And you manage to hold it so it doesn't make a noise.
And
then it comes out silent.
Because it will squeak.
It's true.
It's a delicate...
Yeah, it is an art.
Yeah. Art with a capital F.
But then I think the achievement is more than the smell.
Yeah.
Possibly.
How do you celebrate? Phil?
Well, that's what the smell is.
Just a little smile to yourself, isn't it?
Success.
Little in a high five.
That's what it is. You're smelling success.
Because you can't be too cocky, because she'll go,
know.
what are you doing?
Well, I'm a high fiving myself.
What about you, Richie D? Smell-wise?
Smell. I don't like tripe at the minute. Go to feed Max. It's fucking gross.
The raw,
proper raw
dog
tripe.
food
Yeah, that's horrible. But yeah, the stuff that comes out of Fox's bumholes.
Poo.
That's the one. Fox's poo.
Yeah,
it's just
there's a certain vileness that comes with it.
It stinks and it's crazy, and like it's worse if like your dog rolls in it or something like that. It's just the grossest
worse if Phil
thing.
rolls in it.
Yeah, Phil rolls in it. That's like
he can't be trusted, can he?
You be trusted, Phil?
I'm trying to remember what my answer was to this question.
You started with optimism.
Yeah.
No, you went with awesome.
What was my worst?
You went with awesome.
You
Puke.
were sick, didn't you?
Yeah.
You went with puke because you're an American.
No, it's when Dale said foxpuff, and it's pretty bad. And I was trying to think, what did I say?
Puke.
Couldn't remember.
Puke.
Yeah, no, I'd still go for puke.
Oh, no, puke.
So what about the nice smell?
Nice smell. Love a freshly baked trainer.
A lovely.
When you crisp
nothing
out
better than a really crisp, box fresh Air Force One. Popped in the oven for 7 or 8 hours.
Mrs. What do you call her? Mrs. Beaton.
Mrs. Beaton and her baby Beats.
She pulls them out.
Too right, she does. Absolute hero. It took a turn, didn't it?
Yeah.
Touché.
Actually, pulls the trainers out. So otherwise, it sounds like
Paul does.
Who's Paul and why has he got new trainers?
Paul does Mrs. Beaton.
I think I've seen that film.
It's a great name.
It's a great film. I'll tell you that
Jim?
much. Bit freshly mown grass, always a nice one. And the smell. Baby shit.
Yeah, that's
vile, man.
Pretty gross.
Like really pungent. That first nappy you change on your kid.
Yeah.
That
He's the worst
takes
one.
some
That
takes some getting used to, doesn't it? The melted tar and stuff. It's just whoa. That is some powerful stuff.
Kills all the fucking birds in the neighbourhood, that sort of stuff.
Very much so. Chuck that one straight out of the car as you're driving along.
Yeah.
Try and hit the postman. Okay, let's move along. The Demi, hopefully those are acceptable answers to you. Let us know what your favourite smell is. Last question for you, gentlemen. Charles Dickhead from the olden days has asked, what's your porn star name and what would be the name of your movie? Now, there used to be a way of getting your porn star name, wasn't there? You took your pet's name and the road or something, wasn't it? So what would that, without giving away, obviously where you live, none of us live there now, do we? So it's all safe, so we can do that. So what would yours be, Reynolds? First pet. And then the name of your first road that you lived on.
Kitty Holbridge.
I mean, holy moly, they've got a winner.
That's pretty fucking good.
Not bad, isn't
and
it?
I thought about that's fucking
Kitty
good.
Holbridge, that works. That works on so many levels. And what film might Kitty have been in?
Definitely,
Four Finger Kitty Cat.
Yeah, the
Take a break.
Emmanuel kind of films,
Okay, nice, saucy rather than outrageous sleaze.
It's a little secondary character.
Yeah, sure. Not doing the good stuff, but just watching on.
Yeah.
The librarian that's doing something whilst they're
smoking,
making out.
Yeah,
in the actual library. Yeah, Kitty
Holbridge. Yeah,
I like that.
That's a fucking good name.
Are you smoking as much as you did in the Rugby World Cup
Watching
final?
the Rugby World Cup final. 20 roller.
Yeah.
Hello, my name's Kitty. I'm absolutely smashed. I love rugby.
Love making time.
What about yours, Richie Dizzle? What would your?
It's Mick Waverley. No, Mick Wavertree. Sorry, not
Mick Wavertree.
Mick Wavertree. Yeah,
he sounds more like a mechanic than he does a porn star.
He does. Yeah,
He might be. He might have a massive
Pet's name Mick. Mick!
It's not quite as up there as Kitty Holbridge, but I can see Mick and Kitty acting opposite each other.
Isn't it weird when pets get named normal names? Imagine a dog being called Ken. I was like, Ken!
Colin the dog.
Oh, Mick.
Mick. I love the fact it's for a name for a cat as well. It's a really random name for a cat.
It's not even Mickey. Mick.
I keep thinking Phil's in crocodile.
Hello, Mick.
Mick.
Rocky.
Dinner's ready. Mick.
Senor Mick, please towels.
It was a bit like that.
Fucking Mick.
Phil's lost it.
He was a painter and decorator as well.
He's absolutely.
He was a cat and a painter and decorator.
It took a minute to set in up. Fucking Mick.
Like he was in brushstrokes or something.
Yeah.
There was Jacko and there was Mick Wavertree.
So that's the Mick.
Fucking Mick.
Oh, that's amazing.
Mick Scott Phil.
And what film might we have seen Mick Wavertree?
Mick would always...
BBC One documentary, by the sounds of it.
No,
The Garage.
He's going after the film industry, and Mick is starring in Shitty Bang Bang.
Oh, nice. Lovely. One for the kids.
Classic anal and poo-poo story. I guess.
You went anal and then poo-poo. Wow. Mick and Kitty, I can't wait to see them together.
What's your one, Jimmy?
Yeah, Jim.
Mine wouldn't work because mine's like Bowers Court Drive, wasn't it? So
Bowers so posh.
it doesn't quite work as a name. So,
if you take Bowers.
My first pet was I had two goldfish called Toast and Marmalade. So, shall we go for Marmalade Bowers?
Yeah, that's a great name. Good, yeah, Marmalade Bowers.
Well, Toast Bowers sounds better, actually.
Yeah, it could be more of a surfer.
Yeah.
Toast Bowers.
Toast Bowers. That sounds
Bowers.
better.
Yeah, go with that.
Yeah.
Toast Bowers.
Fucking better than me.
Oh my God.
Toast Bowers.
God, I'm working with Toast Bowers today.
Oh my God, I hear that.
And a remake of Point Break.
Point Break, yeah. Toast Bowers.
So yeah, I wonder. I'd probably be in something like it's the obvious one, isn't it? Star Wars or Shaving Ryan's Privates.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Oh yeah, cool.
Something like that.
Yeah.
There we go.
Shaving Ryan's Privates.
Interesting little question. I like that one. It's quite fun. Well, keep them coming in, please, ladies and gentlemen. You know the email address. It's info@notfaulty.com.
It is.
There we go. We'll be back with more letters and emails in the next episode.
Yeah.
And whoop, there it is. 2003, all signed, sealed and delivered. Excellent effort, as always, boys. I'm giving you both an A+ this week. Well done.
Thank you.
Any last words? Any last words?
No, it's a good one tonight.
It's nice, wasn't it? It's fun.
Want to rumble with a jungle?
Looking forward to our guest.
Yes, absolutely. Can he wait? So, yeah, remember, Blankers, throughout season 2, we're splitting our episodes into 2 parts, and the same is very much true once more. So this is the end of part 1, and we'll be releasing the second half with us joined by another brilliant guest the following week. They've agreed to chat about their career and also be stranded on the desert island, as well as sharing their top 3 albums and films of the noughties. So make sure you subscribe to the podcast, and that way you guarantee you're getting the latest instalment as soon as it's live and released from captivity. But until the next time we all meet again, bye, Blankers.
Bye.
You come back now.